If you paid attention to her behavior and the countless fallen warriors, you'd immediately realize that Widow has a special ability that isn't directly mentioned in the game. It's called charm. She magically attracts men who fall in love without a reason. Her bodyguards, who one after another defend Widow, the guy who challenged Shadow and asked him to carry to the Widow's place. Sly sent all the riches he has, and many different cases. Using others for her own benefit is how this sin can be linked to her. She also tried to use the same skill on Shadow, but since he's too strong mentally, he's able to resist. Lynx can be associated with pride, one of the 7 deadly sins. His pride is seen when he considers his own bodyguards as mere pawns. Also, he often underestimates his opponents, disrespects them and thinks he's the strongest. We can speculate that in Special Edition of Shadow Fight 2, when he's so confident he can win one-on-one against Sensei. Also in Shadow Fight 3, he is quite arrogant that he stands a chance versus Mei. And when he loses, his pride steps in, and he makes an excuse that Mei was once a demon, who was possessed by Titan, which he thinks is the reason he couldn't win. This one is fairly questionable, however, we can see some clues that tell us about his greed. First of all, the secret of magic is kept private, because Hermit wants to get a lot of followers and students who would share his ideals. To lure them in, he promises to teach magic to the best students. He also awaits Shadow to defeat Butcher, which would in turn benefit only Hermit himself. Even if so, he's still the most innocent demon, as you get to realize what others did. It's much easier to grasp why would he be associated with Wrath. His name itself means he's in a job where brutally dealing with things is needed. His anger and aggression also fits his fighting style. He has bleeding enchantment and knives. His roaring is also heard when battling with him. We will not go into more details, but you can guess from character dialogues and in-game facts that he used the hard work of young people, which essentially is one of the worst things to do. For starters, if you have seen Special Edition dialogues and paid some attention to the demon, it's not that hard to understand that she, alongside Widow, was the reason of her dad's death. Widow created a plan to get rid of the king of the pirates, and since this would mean Wasp gets the throne easily, she agreed. Hence, an easy throne and power motivated her laziness. Sloth was so dominant in her personality that easy access to power was way more important than her dad's life. This says a lot. Without playing Special Edition, you wouldn't know it, but the town Shogun currently holds actually used to belong to Prince. But Shogun often tried to make plans to take over the throne. He envied the power, the fame and the position Prince had. Once he got the chance, he sent mercenaries to take down Prince, when he didn't know the danger was coming. This actually ended in Shogun's favor, and he succeeded in becoming the ultimate ruler. Sorry to take several seconds from you, but I'd like to ask you for help. It would mean a lot to me if you checked out my channel about the games which I develop. Thanks for everyone who subscribed and left their feedback about the games. Back to the video. This guy took over so many worlds, destroyed so many systems, and he still didn't have enough. He continued to seek power and land, almost wiped out completely the ancient race. Left numerous nations to suffer. You know what is common among these demons? They all had the bad characteristics, even before becoming demons, which could indicate that they all were chosen by destiny, since they all resembled the 7 great sins. Titan is an exception, since this guy was bad from the very beginning. The video was greatly inspired by one of the viewers, who wrote this comment in the comments, in one of my videos. If you want your idea to be in future videos, also comment your suggestions and ideas.